Hi everybody, my name is Marina and this is Joris. She's Chinese, which means today we're going to talk about
how to attract a Chinese woman. So before we start, I have to point out that Chinese people are very results-oriented versus experience-oriented, which means it's going to show through our culture, and you'll definitely get a sense of that when you're dating a Chinese woman.
And remember, these are generalizations as well as things are changing in China. You should still know what you're getting into, so let's get on with it.
Yeah.
Getting to know each other. So in the West, the way we meet each other is we get to know each other individually, and then if we're into each other, we introduce this person to our friends. Okay, but in China, no, right? So it's the opposite. So your friends are the ones that either bring you together if they approve, or they
tear you apart. If you're a foreigner, most likely you won't meet her through groups of friends. But no matter how you meet her or where you meet her, do expect her to give you her number and get ready for the texting part of the dating.
And how long is the texting part?
Usually about 2 weeks to a month. No big deal.
Wanna go out sometime?
Well, I can give you my number. What is your education? Do you have a job? What is your career? Do you have a car? Do you have a house? Big or small? You live at your parents' house. What do your parents do? Instead of making the effort to text and arrange a date, the texting here is dating. During this stage, the girl will try to find out as much as she can about the guy, and most of the time it's about certain things over other things.
In the West, we text each other just so we can get on the first date, right? And in China, like you said, texting is the dating, so when you actually meet each other, you're already kind of on the 6th date, 7th date, like kind of we're already together kind of thing.
During the texting stage, the pressure is all on the guy to find out what the girl likes. So if she mentions something, remember this when you go on your first date.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Nice to see you again. Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Wanna grab a coffee?
I'm actually lactose intolerant, so they have a soy option or like coconut milk.
For sure, yeah. No, they should. Yeah.
Also, I support local businesses only, so yeah, and organic as well.
Hey, nice to see you again.
Hi, nice to see you.
You wanna go grab that thing that you told me about, the passion fruit steamed bubble tea? You had it on January 21st with Leah and Ann?
If they're already together when they go on this whatever first date, how do they get around the subject of physical intimacy? Because I mean, they haven't been physically intimate with each other, right?
I would say like maybe start with hand holding if that's okay with a girl. Like you gotta kind of like test it out kind of thing, because to us hand holding is the first base.
Let's talk about getting it on. Sexual education is very limited, very basic in China, right?
There's no sex education in China. Your parents would never talk to you about sex, like ever. If you're a girl, your mom will tell you, stay a virgin until you get married and something's gonna happen to you. 妈妈，他们在做什么？没什么，做你的作业去。You do not talk about sex with your partner because it's too much. You're kind of crossing a line at that point, you know?
I have so many questions.
This means all the physical contact is very elementary school in China. In China, it's having a lot of sexual experience is a taboo. So a lot of men do expect women to be pure, and that's why a lot of women do hold out for marriage. Also, talking about sex with your partner is kind of seen as not a good thing to do. It's kind of like crossing the boundary a little bit. 太棒了，我都没有想过会这么大，超满足，整整2个小时，今天都走不动了。你一定要去试一下那个西豆无海鲜，那个虾特别的好吃。
Let's talk about the parents. So when you are dating her, you are practically dating her whole
family.
Hey mom, come meet my boyfriend. It's so lovely to meet you. So tell me about yourself. Do you have any hobbies?
I'm an actor, so yeah.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Anything I would know?
Well, yeah. Recently I did a couple of cleaning products commercials here and there.
Oh, good for you. Everybody needs a cleaning product, right?
妈，见一下我男朋友。 Nice to meet you. Do you have a job?
I'm an actor.
Where you work? You have a car? You have a house?
Well, I'm an actor, so there's
Actor?
So remember, Chinese parents are quite
It's true, it's true.
they want to make sure that you're with a guy who's able to provide for you and that you have some stability, but not with a guy that does any of these jobs. Actor,
DJ,
construction worker,
YouTuber. There's no YouTube in
YouTube,
China, so
singer,
no.
dancer,
No.
artist. Guys, no one with tattoos.
Yeah.
So if you have tattoos, cover them up. If you're a foreigner, again, some of these rules might not apply to you to the same extent.
But we're getting to the good part.
Yes!
So the good part is once you get past through all those stages, you're finally getting accepted into the family, like forever. Because divorce is frowned upon in China.
The relationship. So the really good news is that once you're dating the Chinese girl, there is not a lot of ambiguity. There's no, oh, I'm gonna see her and I see other people at the same time, date around. Am I in love with her, but do I love her kind of stuff? It's just like, no, we're dating. We're serious about each other. We're gonna stay faithful to each other.
And that definitely shows through how she's gonna show the whole world that you guys are together. You know how the Chinese people they just go to Paris and take a whole bunch of photos and come back and tell everyone, oh, look how rich we are, look how much we can afford, but they're not really there to experience it. It's the same thing. So the girl's gonna post a whole bunch of photos on social media and tell the whole world that you guys are together.
Babe, I'm leaving.
Have a great day at work, honey.
Okay.
Text me when you get to work.
Sure.
Looking for like a place to go where you feel a sense of security, then China
Is definitely the perfect place to go.
is it. Mm-hmm. It is it. Also, look at her, she's pretty.
Yeah.
The marriage.
A lot of Chinese girls, if they don't find someone by the age of 28, there's a lot of pressure on them because they get called leftover women. Their parents would take on this challenge and try to find them someone. So they would set them up on blind dates, and there are even blind dates park in China, a lot of them.
Oh, well, that's all right, honey. You find someone else. Plenty of fish in the sea.
Okay, you break up with foreigner, now you're 28. No more time, I take care. 28, master's degree. Nope, no master's degree. We put bachelor's, look better.
Statistics show apparently there is 118 single men to 100 single women, which is great for the women, right? But there's like 200 million singles in China. So guys, if she talks about being married really early on in the relationship, don't be that scared. Remember the pressure that she's under to get married early. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, go fish some women.
Chinese women tend to be very feminine, very nurturing as a whole. So I think if that's what you're looking for, then I think China is a perfect place. China tourism. Thank you to China Love Cupid for sponsoring today's video. As one of the leading sites for Chinese dating, China Love Cupid has connected thousands of singles around the world. So if you are looking for your serious Chinese relationship, then don't forget to sign up and check it out. You can review your matches for free with an option of using Instant Chat. And if you don't speak Chinese very fluently, then you can use the Instant Translate to talk to your matches. So go check it out. So I'll see you guys next week with a new video and keep on breaking down your barriers.